A few days ago in Ghana, a protest broke out with some locals calling for Nigerians to leave the country, accusing them of being involved in crimes like prostitution and kidnapping. Now, the protest, along with viral videos online, sparked tensions and concern. To calm things down, Nigeria's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Bianca Odumegwu-Ojukwu, visited Accra. As she said, things on the ground were peaceful, and both governments agreed to work together to prevent misinformation and also to protect all residents. But around the same time, Ghana announced that it's making travel easier for citizens of Colombia, Dominica, Mozambique, and São Tomé and Príncipe by adding them to its visa-free list. Now, to speak more on this, we have our guest, Anthony Cobbinah. He's the Director of Quality Assurance and Advocacy, Educate Africa Institute in Accra, Ghana. Thank you so much for your time and for speaking to us on this, Anthony.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure. Now, Anthony, let's talk about the fact that protesters held up signs, chanting Nigeria must go, and also warning that their health is at risk because of mass prostitution, or that their children are going missing because of, a particular set of Nigerian set of people. What deeper historic or economic tensions between Ghana and Nigeria do you think sparked those exact fears?
All right, so thank you once again for the opportunity and using this opportunity to greet all and sundry of the Educate Africa Institute fraternity. I think this has been quite some tension within the past few weeks in the country, and of a truth, some of our brothers, neighboring countries, especially or specifically the Nigerians, a lot of them, I would say, are coming in to do very honorable jobs. They are doing very well. They are doing works that really help also improve the economy of the country, Ghana. But in other sense, there are other handful of individuals who are also engaging in other illegal activities like drug peddling, when it comes to robbery, and all these kind of issues or acts that is really bringing these kind of disturbances within the few weeks.
All right, now let's hear from our other guests. We hear that Michael Oye has actually joined us. He's a professor, Department of Political Science and Public Admin, Babcock University in Ogun State, Nigeria. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's a pleasure. Now let's come to you. Listening to what Anthony has actually said, and from the news that you actually know, Bianca Ojukwu said that there was no cause for alarm, and when she went to Accra, there were no tensions and everything was okay. But how much can we trust what one diplomat sees on a quick visit versus the narrative spreading on social media?
I think my co-speaker said that there were cases of robbery and all sorts of things like that.
Yeah.
What past do they have that Nigerians were the perpetrator of this act? I think they need to come home with data to drive home the allegation against us. Yes, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Mrs. Bianca Odumegwu-Ojukwu, had gone there, and I think the tension has come down a bit. And I hope they will sustain the tempo for a while, so that it will not lead to a diplomatic crisis between Nigeria and Ghana. Crisis. 1969, they deported our people from Ghana to Nigeria. in 1983, I won't say we retaliated, but because of economic crisis and unemployment, the Ghanaians were deported home. And that is where the slang, Ghana must go, because they use big bag to carry their load home. Yes. So now, it's their turn to retaliate by saying that rituals have come to Ghana, kidnapping have come to Ghana, and that they suspected Nigerians to be behind it. Though the two countries have been handling it, it is my hope, it is our hope that the tension will go down and we will return to the status quo.
Okay. Now, I love that Professor Oni spoke from a historical perspective, but let's come back to you, Anthony. Anthony, ECOWAS actually guarantees free movement for West Africans, yet yet here we are with, anti-migrant protests in Ghana. And I'm not even talking about, other parts of Africa. Let's just stick to Ghana for now. What does the gap between treaty and reality say about the regional integration today?
Please, can you come again?
I was saying that ECOWAS actually promised or guarantees free movement, within West Africa and for West Africans. And yet, we're seeing, anti-migrant protests in Accra, Ghana. What does it say about between the gap between treaty and reality? What does it say about regional integration today?
All right, I think ECOWAS need to stand up for their gains. I think it's a good thing for ECOWAS to arise in this narrative, but they should also note that if you are coming into the country or wherever, whether you are going to Zimbabwe, you are going to Nigeria, or you are coming to Ghana, it should be a way that you use the right channels and you come and do honorable work. If a Ghanaian comes to Nigeria and is doing any honorable work, I don't think there will be any cause for alarm. But when you move, the fact that we are all crying,
but just like Professor Oni actually said, how do you know, and who says that those who are, perpetrating some of these vices or most of these vices are Nigerians?
Yeah, this is what, when you go to, there are several cases that when you go to some of the police stations, it will be recorded that maybe a Nigerian did this or did that. These are some of the things that do happen. But for it to be ascertained that probably it is the truth or the reality, that I go with my father in there, that we need to have a clear-cut data on that. But when you go online, when there are people, you might find someone dead in the street, taxi driver or a Bolt or Uber driver whose car has been collected, and they will tell you that, oh, in the end, they found out that there was these Nigerians who did that. I quite remember one individual who was also putting some of these things across on social media was also saying that they will come hire a room. Probably one person will come for the room, and in the next few months, you'll see that more than 10, 20 people are in the room. And in the end, if the landlord or landlady try to eject the person, what you hear in the long run is that the landlord or the landlady is dead or passed out. So I think it is an assumption or something that they assume that since these are the people who we had or they had quarrel or had a disturbance with, then it might probably be that they are the very people who really did that harm. So I think the data, as they are saying, will be gladly help or well-informed for the Ghanaian to know that whether it is the truth. But I don't think that is the only thing. When you go to the hinterlands of the country, Ghana, when you go to the villages, there are countless times we've all come across a few of the individuals who are doing this dishonorable work, especially when it comes to prostitution. So you might not have the exact data, but the reality is being felt on the ground. And I don't think that that is the only case that we might be talking about now. And also, we might also know that Ghanaians, you the Nigerians, you have the numbers. So when it comes to you doing business, you have the cost being reduced to probably the barest minimum for the Ghanaian to purchase. So some of the people who are also doing businesses here feels that the Nigerians are taking their jobs, or they are taking their customers here and there. And I don't think that anyone should really
it's a good thing. It's a good thing that you talked about, when we come to do business, when Nigerians come to do business in Ghana. And Professor Oni, we know that there are lots of Nigerian traders and professionals in Ghana who have actually built thriving businesses. And in some of these videos circulating online, we saw allegedly some of these businesses being destroyed. Now, how will this wave of Nigeria must go anger amplified online, how will they reshape some of those businesses or business ties and investment flows? And we know that this isn't the first time that we're seeing, such protests.
Oh, Madam, I think instead of trying to malign our character, instead of trying to impeach on our integrity, they should have come out straight. Tanzania has come out straight, telling the non-indigenous that they should not go into certain business, and they outlined them.
Yeah.
Ghanaians should tell the whole world that this area, non-indigenous must leave them to the indigenous for them to try. They will be saying the truth. But to put a bad character on us, to impeach on our character, that we are robbers, we are ritualists, we are kidnapping, I don't know, it's not good for our image, and it's not good for their image too. They should talk straight. And Nigerians are kidnapping, and that may not be true. Like he was saying, that it appears, the classroom that I belong to, we don't say it appears. We don't say it's likely. We say it exactly based on the data in our hands. Before they go on this diplomatic route, testing us out, attempting to deport us, they should have convinced the whole world that in this region, there are these cases recorded, and these are Nigerians, no, why? But we don't rely on mere say to give a bad name, a bad image to a nation, because every Nigerian that represents us, and when they are saying Nigeria is engaging in this, is engaging in that, it should be fair to us by coming out straight, like the Tanzania that are told the non-indigenous they should not go into this, they should.
All right, now still staying with you, Professor Oni. In the past decades, we know that Ghana and Nigeria have clashed over everything from currency devaluations to border closures and the likes. But what lessons, from those old disputes could help both governments cool things down now?
Let me go to the historical background of the diplomatic jealousy.
Okay.
I will call it diplomatic jealousy. The two of us, about 4 West African countries were under the tutelage of Britain. Ghana was one, Nigeria was one, the Gambia was one. Nigeria and Ghana were moving pari passu, but suddenly we overtook them, and we are rated as #1 in Africa. Do you think Ghana as a country will be happy that the country they thought they were contemporary has pushed them to the background? So I don't think Ghana has very serious issues against us. They are just trying to be jealous of Nigeria unnecessarily. And I think the diplomats must come in. Yes, I'm not saying Nigerians are angels. Take it from me. But that they commit all the sins, the currency devaluation, this and that. Currency devaluation is our own business. In international relations and international relations particularly, what matters to a country is the national interest. It's not the interest of another person, but your nation's interest. And that is what every country tries to seek in the international system. Anything beyond that is not allowed. So Ghana may have reasons to be defending their own internal interest, yes. But giving us names, we were contemporary, is what is annoying, and they should please try to tell the whole world that we are not ritualists over there, we are not kidnappers over there. Let them defend their interests positively and not negatively. I want to take an exception to this.
Okay. Now, let's come back to you, Anthony. Anthony, you heard the professor. He blamed it on first of all diplomatic jealousy, and we know that high-level visits actually help calm nerves. But to you now, what long-term confidence-building measures would you recommend to cement Ghana and Nigeria's goodwill?
To start with, I think we should also note that the presidency and the ministry are not in support of whatever thing that is going on, because they came out, the leadership of the country and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs came out trying to draw the line for the youth to know that no matter what that happens, we don't eat with both hands. You need to do the right thing and pass through the right channel, just like my father on the other hand is saying, we need correct data. Mere speculations and assumptions cannot be used as a yardstick to measure whatever thing that is going on. And let me also state that the country Ghana is not fighting, our brothers from Nigeria. No. If anybody says there is something like they are vandalizing their properties and others, so just recently, what really happened that really engineered all these was one Nigerian king, I don't know, he said he's a king of the Igbos. I think that arose all these sentiments. Is King Dr. Chukwueze, Chukwueze Jude, name. So he was parading himself as a king. And our constitution also frowns on that. Yes, you can be the leader group in the country, but having that role is not allowed by our constitution. But I think a few of the persons, as we know, were going about with him from one region to the other, and even to the extent of having their festivals, whatever way, celebrated, libations being poured and the rest on, to say another man's land. I think that is where the youth didn't really understand things well, and they spoke. And all these that you've seen is mostly the social media and not like on the ground. you can call to confirm. Most of the Nigerians that are here, I think I have a quite handful of friends among them that we're very good. And you cannot say that anybody has really go on the ground to probably fight or do anything like that. But I saw them, a few of the Ghanaians and other individuals who feel threatened by the acts of the Nigerians go on this spree of what? A demonstration. But I think it was a peaceful one than to hear of vandalizing and the rest. I think the government need to draw the line. We need to let them know that probably if you are not an indigent of a country, this is what you can do. These are the things you can sell, or these are the things you can do. I think drawing such lines and distinctions will really help. And two, like we were talking about, we need to have data. If there is anything good or bad that goes on relating to any national, other nationals apart from Ghana, or even the Ghanaians, we need to have a specific data. Just as I was saying, no leader has come out with a data that is being collated to say that probably these are the number of what Nigerians who were doing A, B, C, or D. So the whole thing is being geared on what speculations, and a few of them who have been captured or who have been sent to the police station and have been arrested or have been charged. But the whole thing that really came about was about the chief, or the king of Nigeria, or the king of the Igbos, who was parading himself as a king here on another man's land, and was also, it came on social media. I don't know how truthful that is, that he has bought a handful of land that is supposed to be a national asset. So if a youth hears something of this nature, eventually it will arouse, quote and unquote, the beast in that youth.
We wrap up. Let's hear your final thoughts, Professor Oni.
The thing is that if Ghanaians are feeling threatened about the presence of Nigerians in their country,
Professor Oni, sadly, we cannot hear you anymore. I think you have a problem with your audio, but thank you so much for speaking with us on this. Thank you so much also, Anthony, for your time and for speaking on this as well. So we had Michael Oye, Professor, Department of Political Science and Public Admin at Babcock University in Ogun State, Nigeria. And we also had Anthony Cobbinah, Director of Quality Assurance and Advocacy, Educate Africa Institute in Accra, Ghana. We appreciate you once again, gentlemen.